Hello everyone, welcome back to H2kInfosys. Today we're going to learn about loops. Loops basically help us for repetitive tasks. What I mean is you can write a block of code and use it multiple times to do the same task or the similar task. Okay, so what are the different types of loops and how to write the loops instruction? Let's see in detail about it. So as I said, here you can write one block of code and then repeat it or use it over and over again and again for the same kind of a task. Like for example, if I ask you to print a welcome message 10 times, how you can do? You can just write the print message and then you can copy and paste it 10 times. But if I tell you to write it 100 times, then copying and pasting it is very difficult, right? So for this purpose, the loops can be used. So loops are basically, it will help us for doing the repetitive task. Here we have two different types. One is for loop and another one is the while loop. In for loop, we will be writing a sequence or a list and strings. In detail about this we going to learn in the future sessions. Okay, as of now you can just remember that we going to write a sequence, or we can even mention the range in the for loop, whereas in while loop we will be mentioning the condition. So based on that condition the loop will be working. Once the condition fail, the loop, we will be coming out of the loop. Let's see in detail about this. Okay, so first to begin with, we're going to see the for loop. Okay, as I said, here we have to mention a set of sequence or a list of items. Okay, so here the syntax, how does it work is, this is the syntax where you have to write for. For is a keyword, that is a fixed word which you have to write, and next is the item. That item is depends. Instead of item you can write I or any relevant name respective to the list or the range what you have chosen. And in is also a keyword. In is choosing the elements from the sequence. So that sequence again depends. So here the sequence in this example is fruits. So for item in fruits. Okay, so that item here it is replaced as fruit, for fruit in fruits. Okay, so you are choosing elements from the fruits, so it will be printing the elements like one by one, apple, banana and cherry. How will you mention the statement here? Okay, let's see in detail about this in the collab. So here the code is written for apple, I mean this is the list, so it is written in the square bracket. Here we have mentioned the fruit names. As of now 4 names are there. You can keep on adding the names and then check whether all the elements will be printed or no. Okay, so here you can write anything. You can even mention fruit. If I write fruit, and then this fruits is dependent on this variable name, so the same name I have to mention here, because you are taking the element from this, and then this colon is compulsory. Once if you write the column and then enter, you will be coming into the loop. Okay, then you are printing this. So what I am printing, I like this variable name is I have written. This I is nothing but fruit here. Okay, so you can write the same name what you have written here. Okay, this can be either I or any some other name can also be considered. It need not to be fruit only. A short name also you can choose, and this is nothing but the same variable name what you have written here. Okay, so this is taking an element from this. So what is the first element? It is apple. So it will take the first element and then it will come back here. and then check for the next element and print the same. So it keep on does the work until it reaches to the last item. Once if it reaches to the last item, it terminates by its own. Let's see the result. Similarly, instead of providing the list or some other thing, even we can make use the range function. So you can see the result here. So whereas in range function, we have to provide the numbers here. Okay, like for example, if I directly write 10 in this range function, it takes the number from 0 to 9. By default, the starting number will be considered as 0, and then it will be keep on printing the number from 0 until it reaches to 10. Once if it reaches to, I mean the larger number before that, 9 till 9 it will print. Whatever number you want to print, one additional number has to be considered here. Okay, see for the result you can observe here. It is printing from 0 to 9. If you want to print a number from 2 to some 15, then you have to write one extra number, 2 to 16. Then you can see the okay. So here instead of comma I have written colon. So if you write colon, you get the error. It is showing you that here is the error. You can write comma and fix the error. Yes, so this is the result. Okay, so we can even make use of this range function. Range function is the inbuilt function, okay, where you just have to provide the range, what kind of a numbers you want to print, and that is printed here. Okay, so this is about the for loop, where you have to provide the list here and then mention to access it from here, or you can provide a range. You can try it over mentioning the different ranges, or mentioning the different elements. It need not to be the string only. You can even enter a number, you can even enter a decimal numbers, and then cross check how the data will be printed and all. You can even change the statement in the print. Okay, so let's see the next element, next loop, sorry. Yes, before that I want to give a mini project based on the for loop. It's already given here, the solution is already given. I've given you an idea and a change a bit. I want you all to make a bit change in that. So what is the task here is, create a program that prints a shopping list and automatically adds a message for each item. So what is that is, the shopping list is already created here, and then you are printing that buy this item, buy that item, means whatever is being mentioned, you are just printing the same message. So what I want you all to change is, change the elements in the shopping list, because here one example is shown to you, and then the print message before the for loop, it just display once, and the print message after the for loop, where I am mentioning each item, so it prints until the element ends. Okay, so you can choose the different items and print it. Okay, and then see all the elements are being printed or no. Okay, so you can make a try of it. Next we are moving to the while loop. Okay, so while loop, here you have to mention a condition. So once if the condition fails, the loop will be terminated. Okay, so the purpose of the while loop is, when you don't know in advance how many items or how many times the loop should run, it continues until you mention some condition, or until the condition is true. So you can make use that time. Like for example, we may need the counters. We usually use the machine for the counter. Behind that, such program will be written. Okay, so here we usually set the timer for 30 seconds, for 60 seconds. So we set the condition and then check the time. So that's what the while loop is. Okay, so the syntax here is, here you have to write while. So like for loop, there we had used for as a keyword. Here we're going to use while as a keyword, and condition, it depends on the task what you want. Okay, and then colon is mandatory. Once if you enter, you will be coming into the loop, and then you can write the body of the loop or the task what exactly you want to write. Okay, so you must include the code inside the loop that will eventually make the condition false to prevent an infinite loop. What are these infinite loops and all, I'll be telling you in further slides. Okay, so here you can see the example. The count is been initialized by 1. Let's see this in Colab only. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so here count is been initialized by 1, and then I am coming in the while loop. So count, what is count? The number 1. 1 is less than 10, right? So the condition is true. And then I am coming into the loop. What I am doing? I am printing the count. What is that? It is 1. And then the count is incrementing. 1 plus 1, 2. So it is initialized as 2 now. And then again I am coming back to the condition. 2 is still less than 10. Yes. So I am printing the second number. And then incremented 3. 3 is less than 10. So it continuously does it. When it comes to 11, 11 is less than or equal to 10. The condition fails. It will come out of the loop. So it prints 1 to 10 numbers. You can see it. So you can change the range. You can change the condition and then check. If I write 20, it will print 20 numbers. Got it? Yes. So this is about the while loop. When you compare this with the for loop, what is the thing is, in for loop we don't have to initialize, we don't have to increment, it does automatically. But whereas in while loop, initializing is mandatory and incrementing is also mandatory. It will not be done automatically by its own. We have to do these things manually. Okay, so you can try this task using the for loop also. We have already seen how to print the numbers from 1 to 20 and all using the range function directly. Got it? Okay. Yes. So next we're going to see about the nested loops. What are the nested loops? Is loops inside a loop. So we have a rows and the columns, and then I am using 2 for loops. So how exactly it works here is, so these are the rows 1 and 2, columns A and B. So first thing is row inner rows. So what is that? So first element is 1. So it chooses 1 and then it is coming into the columns. So what is the first column? Sorry. What is the first column? It is A. So 1 comma A, and then it will first complete this second for loop. Okay, what is the next one? B. So 1 comma B. Once if it is done with this one, it will go back to the again the first loop. What is the second element here? 2. Then it will come down. Again 2A, 2B will be printed. It will go back to the main loop. Here there are no more elements. It will come out and then final printing element we can see here. So this kind of a nested loops will help us in the data structures like 2D text data structures, in the matrices, or for the tasks that require every element in the what I can say is like you are maintaining some stock where order ID is there and multiple orders are there. So you can keep one order ID and then check how many orders they have maintained or they have purchased and all. So in the stocking and all, it usually helps. Okay, let's see the result in the Colab. Yes. So if I run this, you can see this. Got it? Okay, so this is the result. So what you can make a try is add few more elements and check the result. How many times it is running in the second loop and in the first loop. Okay. So here is a time for a mini project. Now your task is to get a table, or you want to create a code for the multiplication table. Like for example, I want you all to print a table from 1 to 5. Like 1 ones are 1, 1 twos are 2, 1 threes are 3, 1 fours are 4, and 1 fives are 5 till 5. Similarly, 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10, 3 ones are 3 till 3 fives are 15. Like that way, 1 to 5, and then you can loop it till 1 to 5, or even you can consider till 1 to 10 also, like 2 tens are 20. So here you can take a first for loop from a range 1 to 5, and then second for loop for 1 to 10, or even you can try for 1 to 5 also, so that there will be no confusion for you from at the beginning. Then change the range for 1 to 10 and check the result. Here only matters is printing the statement. I want the structure like this only. Okay, so how will you print it? What numbers you have to consider? This will be a challenge. So just make a try and then check it. Okay, the final result will be given in the Colab to you all. You can cross verify your answers. So next we're going to learn about the controlling loops, like how to make use of break, continue and pass, and when it is used, why it is used, like for example, I am writing some loop and then you want to stop it. Either you can make use of a break statement and then stop it, or again the conditions and all will be there. Whenever the loop will be reaches to infinite, in that case you have to make use of the break statement. What are the infinite loops and all, I'll be telling you in the further slides. So here how it is used, I mean the continue, the break statement. Let's see in this example. Like for example, what we are doing here is we are printing the numbers from 1 to 10, but we are putting some condition here. The condition is, here you can see, if number divides by 2, the modulus symbol, what does it indicates is, if the remainder is 0, then we have to continue. That means we don't want to print anything, we just want to skip it and continue. And then again we are checking the same number, is it greater than 7? If a number greater than 7, then you have to break it. But we are initialized with 1, so 1 is not greater than 7, so we are stopping it and then coming out of the condition and then printing it. Then going for the second number, 2 is divisible by 2, so we have to continue, and then we have to skip and then check with the third number. So 3 is not divisible by 2, I am coming to the second condition, 3 is greater than 7, no, so break, print it, go back. So this will continue. Let me show this in the Colab. Yes, so you can see the result here. Those which are divisible by 2, it will not be displayed, whereas the number which are greater than 7, I mean once if the number reaches to 7, that greater than 7 numbers will not be printed here. Okay, so what I suggest you all is, you can change the range, you can even change this also, check for the multiples of 3, you can change this also and see the result. How does it work here? You can even exchange this and then check. Okay, Now let me explain you something about this infinite loop. Okay, so here counter is been initialized by 1, and then I'm telling the condition is count is greater than 0. Okay, so count is greater than 0, obviously it is 1, so it is always greater than 0 only. So this kind of a condition is called as always true, and then in this case it is continuously working. Like for example, printing 1 and then incrementing, so the second count is 2, 2 is greater than 7, so it will be keep on incrementing, it will be keep on printing, it will never stop. So if I run this, it will not stop, it will be keep on printing the numbers, but this will slow down your system. So you have to stop this forcefully. You can see the numbers incrementing, you have to stop it, you have to stop it, interrupt the thing. Okay, this case, you know, the system may, like, it will hung up and then we may face many issues. Okay, so you have to force this. So I have forcefully interrupted this. You can see this, it will be continuously increasing. I have stopped it, it will stop now. Okay, so to save from such infinite loops, you can make use of the break statement. So here I want to give you one task, as it is continuously running, I don't want such situations. So in the next, you have to write a condition. If count reaches to 100, if count double equal to 100, break. So it will break and then print only 100 numbers. So in such cases, break statements will be used. Okay, so definitely you please make a try of this. It will not be terminating, you have to forcefully stop it. You get an error, but it's not actually an error. So you can see this keyboard interrupt, I have interrupted it. As it is always true loop, it will be keep on running. And then first try this, interrupt it, and then finally make use of a break. Then check whether it is printing only 1 to 100 numbers or no. Okay. Yes, so based on this, I want to give a task for you all, like e-commerce discount. So here the task is one password, you have to define it before starting with the loop, and then check in the loop, check the thing, write some password from the input function. You can make use of an input function and then check it with the password which is already predefined by you. If it is matching, then you just put a message that password is correct, or else tell that it is not right, go back to the condition. Okay, again re-enter the password. So you, in such cases, you can make use of a while true loop, because the condition will be failing, so definitely you will be coming out of the loop. Need not to worry in that case. Now one combined project is there, like whatever we have learned till now from the loops. So what you have to write is, you have to design a simple text based quiz where you have to use a for loop. I suggest you all, you can make a try for as well as while loop. Okay, so you can prepare a list of questions and also answers and get the answers from the input. I mean, use the input function and get the answers from the user, and use the if statement. Check the user answer with the answers which you have already defined. If it is matching, then increment the score, or you can print that invalid input and you make use of continue. All those things you can use it and design the thing. Yeah, and here are some assignment things are there. This will be shared to you all. Definitely you all can make a try, and I suggest you all to use both the loops and then check the results. How challenging is while loop and how challenging is for loop, which loop is better. Okay, that's it for the today's session. Thank you.